In this video, I'll be showing you guys how you can breach the walls of Konpeki Plaza and find yourself a brand new weapon. I'm Mike, you're watching Deconstructing the Game. Let's get to it. So the first thing you want to do to breach Konpeki Plaza is drive up to the front gate and then head south towards this little hot dog shack over here with the high propane symbol outside. Go down the alleyway and then use your double jump feature to jump onto the rooftops and then navigate yourself towards the massive pipeline underneath the monorails. Just be careful in the monorails because the right hand monorail tends to push you off a little bit, so just jump yourself over to the left hand side and then you want to run all the way along past the tunnel here to where the tracks start to go up on top of the next level here, and then you can jump across the rooftops. The rooftops do appear to be solid and you can walk across pretty much any of the structures, but I like to keep it simple and follow on the red support beams here all the way to the waterfront, and just be aware that you can fall through the little small holes as well. So running all the way along to Konpeki Plaza, it is a bit of a hike, but this is the best way and the easiest way that I found to access Konpeki Plaza on the Xbox One. So just getting a good look of the plaza there from the outside. It just looks like, you know, the normal Konpeki Plaza, but as we get closer to it, we can access some of the features that we did have at the very start of the game. So just simply drop down onto the wall here and then walk your way along to the atrium at the front. Being very careful not to drop off because this can get tricky. And as I say in all my videos, guys, that involve glitches, please save first because you can end up in infinite death loops falling through the ground. And if you get yourself in a situation and you haven't got a save file, you're going to be pretty upset. So make sure you save first, guys. So all I'm doing here is I'm just walking through the wall on the left hand side of the building and just basically walking along the textures inside the building to get to the lower levels. Just here, we're pretty much standing on top of the car park, and I'll show you how to get there later on in the video. But from here we can jump up to the smaller ledges, pretty much where the entrance is to the building, and jumping up onto the display there is like a grill that you can get to, and unfortunately you can't squeeze between the sofa and the wall. They will not let you do that, so what you're gonna have to do is just basically squeeze between some of the wooden slats here through there, and that's it pretty much. You can get stuck in the wall, so just be careful, but once you're in, you will have zero chance of getting back out from this location here, and everything is the same as what it was when you were fighting your way out of Konpeki Plaza with Jackie. Everything's the same. You even have some enemies still floating around, especially in the car park area, but the area is now free for you to explore, and yeah, just enjoy. There's some shards around, there's some unique items, or leveled items at least, in some of the areas, and you can just enjoy and explore to your heart's content here.
Bum bum be dum bum bum be dum bum.
As I say, all of the areas in Konpeki Plaza are exactly the same as the mission with you and Jackie, so I'll skip forward here, and then you'll eventually come to the area where you and Jackie fell off the roof. If you're doing this in daylight hours, I suggest you skip time forward until it's nighttime, because you'll end up with this ridiculously blinding white light on top of the building and you just won't be able to see. So skip time forward and then it'll be a nice nighttime scene, and you can see exactly where you're going and navigate a little bit better. So just jump up onto the air ducts there and jump back up onto the slanted roof, and from here you can pretty much use the double jump feature to grab some ledges and then get back into Orinobu's apartment at the very top of Konpeki Plaza. And you'll notice that the head of Arasaka is still lying on the ground there, dead, just as he was left. I think perhaps if you didn't pick up Orinobu's pistol, It'll be sitting there on the bedside table. That's just a theory of mine. But the apartment's exactly the same. You can explore to your heart's content. The elevators don't work up here. It'll just be a constant animation for the elevator going down. You'll see Arasaka there just lying on the ground where Aranobu killed him. But if you do go upstairs and explore the AV pad, you'll be pleasantly surprised because up here we have what appears to be a legendary sword. Unfortunately, there's a caveat to this, and that is that unless you can find yourself a way out the building, you will not be able to keep the sword. Sorry guys, I've tried my best to get out of this building, but I can't. It does say this is legendary by the color when you pick it up, but in my inventory it shows up as being rare. But it is an iconic weapon for you to pick up, so I thought it was pretty cool. From here you can drop down the side of the building once more and then explore some of the other areas of Konpeki Plaza. There's not too much more to explore here, but there is a unique escape hatch type thing that doesn't appear to be used in the game. But you can open the escape hatch, climb down the ladder, but the door at the bottom is locked and it pretty much just leads to a balcony on the right hand side. But once you drop down there, if you do drop down there on the balcony, you can't get back up, so just be aware of that before you do. And if we head up to the top part here, there's not a great deal to see, but inside the left part of the building there is an access point to get into a small storage room that does hold some shards and leveled items, as well as some component parts as well. So that's pretty much the top part of Konpeki Plaza, but what about the bottom? If you want to access the garage level, all you have to do is drop onto the textures from above and then make sure you land on the very edge of the garage there, making sure not to fall off the edge, because if you do, you'll be in an infinite death loop and be stuck. So just walk along the edge there of the car park, and when you get to the very corner, you'll just be able to clip through the wall by walking into it, and there you go. You can exact revenge on some of the Arasaka goons that possibly put a bullet in Jackie, ending his life, and once all these guys are dispatched, you can walk around the car park, you can drive all the vehicles and explore to your heart's content. You'll notice the Delamain vehicle is still there as well, waiting for you to come out. If you do get inside the Delamain vehicle, nothing happens. All you can do is drive the vehicle and test out your driver skills from back in the day. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, awesome. And there's a small control room here in the corner, which unfortunately does not have any control over the garage door. If you enjoy the content on this channel, you can also check out the Twitch feed, because all my content is completely clickbait free and everything I do is mod free as well for the Xbox console, and I'll soon be moving on to a Series X. My name's Mike, you've been watching Deconstructing the Game. I'll catch you later.